name is Karenne Koo. I'm the executive director of Evolve Dance, and Evolve Dance is a nonprofit professional dance company. We are based in Tarrytown, New York, and we run the Y Dance program at the Tarrytown YMCA. And I attended the executive director's training program of 2011. I was introduced to LEAP by Nelson Lewis from the Ong Family Foundation. I've been the executive director of Evolve Dance for about 4 years at that time, and I was feeling a little unsure about where I was going and what I was doing in the position. And Nelson suggested that I take a look at this program, that he felt it might be helpful for me to attend and get some training and to meet other people in similar situations. So that's how I started. First, when I first went in, I thought, oh gosh, I'm an ED, but I really didn't know I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. And going through the program and talking to other people, I said, okay, a lot of it, I thought I was guesswork, but actually I was doing okay. And that was the first step in helping me realize that I shouldn't keep doubting myself, that I can trust my gut feelings, and then there are people out there that I can ask and get support. And so that was a huge positive thing for me. The impact of the program was huge for me personally. As the executive director of Evolve Dance, I sort of was in that position by default. I started the company with 2 other friends. They're my artistic directors, and I became ED only because I was a little bit more familiar with the business and the administrative side. So a lot of it was just learning the ropes as I was doing it. I didn't really have other EDs in similar positions where I can consult with or ask questions. So after about 4 years, we reached a point where I knew that certain things organizationally had to happen, but I wasn't sure how to implement them. I didn't know what should be happening. So on a practical level, going through the program was really, really helpful because it gave me a very clear picture of how a nonprofit organization should be run, what the board should be like, what the ED positions are, staff positions, and all that seemed very basic, but to me it was really helpful to learn all that. When I got back, I was able to implement certain organizational changes based upon the worksheets, and we had certain forms that I actually just modeled after the worksheets. HR forms, staff forms, things like that, strategic planning forms. It was a tremendous help. And I just felt much more confident in my position. And more than that, just knowing the other people in the program, knowing that they were going through similar issues and have similar questions, and that I wasn't the only one. And I wasn't alone. And I have friends that I can consult with outside of the program. I would highly recommend the program to anyone who is an ED because, first of all, just to have an intensive program like that where all the practical parts of the job is laid out in such a clear format is really helpful. And then the professional coaching was tremendous. I've never had an experience with professional coaching before, and I found it extremely helpful for me because the tough questions were asked. A lot of questions were before I knew that the questions were there, but I would not answer them for myself. So to have somebody actually push me to face certain things was pretty major for me. So going through the program, I now have a lot more confidence in reaching out to people and trying some of my own work, and I would never have had the confidence or the insight to do that